This is Lisa Amicall, physical therapist, posture princess, lover of movement. Today, on this Facebook Live, we're going to talk about something very simple, and that is just sitting relaxed, having good posture. Can it be relaxed? That's the question. It can. So I would love for you to participate with this. I'd like for you to get a chair, your body, a chair, and maybe some sort of pillow off your couch, a towel, I don't care. Okay. So what I want you to see or experience is how when we focus on relaxing and stacking the bones, meaning your spine, your pelvis, your leg bones, everything, when we stack things right or stack things better than they were, there's a lot less work that has to go on. And that is really the theme of what I do. It's kind of like the foundation of what I do. If you look at animals in nature, they're very efficient in their movements. They just flow. We are animals in nature, and we would flow better if we had to live off the land. If we had to carry everything, I always do that wrong. If we had to carry everything we own from town to town or from wherever, then we would be more efficient in our movements. And that efficiency is critical to not have joint pain and to enjoy movement as you age and to actually be better at your sports as well. So this is nothing new. If you look at sports, any sport, I'm going to pick golf just because golf is very technical. People will spend so much time and energy learning how to set up in golf to hit the ball. I don't play golf. You don't have to play golf to understand this. You know the concept. And why they do that is because the skill of the setup brings about a much better, more fluid and easier execution of hitting the ball. So that's just human movement. It doesn't matter if you're playing golf or you're sitting at your desk. Matter of fact, if you're sitting at your desk and you're comfortable and you're moving well, then you're going to just take that right out there to the golf course. So human movement is designed to be efficient, relaxed, powerful, strong, balanced. I mean, we're already built with all that. So all I do is show you how to bring those essential things that you already have back to life again. And that's what I built my whole physical therapy practice on. And it worked, for 25 years. I just did it. And it was amazing. I was overwhelmed with how well it helped me and my clients. And it was actually fun. Heaven forbid that. Woo. So today I would like for you to be with me in trial and error. So we're going to sit first. Not so great. We're just going to throw our butts in the chair, kind of tuck the rear end, let the head go forward, and have that feeling. What that feeling is, something you probably are familiar with. Then we're going to change it, and we're going to attempt to put ourselves sitting on our crotch, on our pubic bone. You may be touching your sit bones, but that's not my main focus. It's more forward. And then the weight of your body is going to hang from your spine, and you're going to feel more upright without work. At least that's what we're going to try to do. Okay, so here we go. So first things first, what I want to do is just take an office chair like this. This is my office chair. And I'm going to sit in it more like, I think I can make this go higher. Yeah, I'm going to make it up higher just for you to see better. So I'm going to sit in this more like most people usually sit, kind of slumped, bending at the waist, sort of slumped like this, kind of hanging, your butt's kind of tucked and you're hanging, and here's your computer. And I stacked mine a little higher because I want to show you something in a minute. So we're here like this. And then you think, well, I got to sit up. I need to sit up straight. And then you think, okay, I'm sitting up straight, but I'm really getting tired. So I'm going to roll down. Oh, I need to sit up straight. I need to have my legs parallel, my feet parallel, and all these things. But I'm going to tell you, no, Just hang with me for a second. But the more you try to sit up, you feel like you're working. Okay, so what if we made it more efficient so you're not working as much? I need to make this go down because I have to have my feet on the ground. So I'm going to throw this pillow in the chair. And the reason I do this is I want to elevate my butt a little. And I don't want to just force an arch in my back. I want a natural arch. This is a natural arch. That's a natural arch. I don't have very much butt. For somebody else who has more meat back here, they may look a little more arched, but that's natural. This is relaxed. There's a little arch, and then my spine is very straight. Okay, that's natural for the human body. I got to show you this real quick first so you can get an idea. This is a picture of the spine in Camp Anatomy book from the 1950s. I want you to notice, I never did how straight that is, and then there's just this little curve. And I want you to notice how open and not tucked and sucked the front of the spine front is. So that is in 1950 the way they saw human bodies. We don't see it that way anymore. So, shall we? Now, what we're going to do to sit down, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to stand in front of the chair. We got a little pillow here. And I want you to put your fingers on your spine because this will help you do it better. I put my fingers on this part of my spine so that I know if I have a little gully here that I am not bending at my waist. This is waist bending, and those little vertebrae start sticking out. I want to be hip bender. If I'm hip bending, I'll feel my back be straight. I'll feel my muscles engage possibly. If you don't feel it, just stick your butt out more. Because usually people don't overarch, they underarch. So I'm going to put my fingers on my spine. I'm going to stick my bottom out. And this is an exercise right now. Over time, you don't have to do this so much. It becomes natural. But let's make it right the first time. So I take my butt as high as I can in the air. I don't drop my chest. And the key here is when I sit on my crotch on the pillow towards the front. So in a way, if my pocket was here on my pants, I would try not to sit on my pockets. I would try to sit on the back of my thighs, and that puts me in my crotch. Now, I use crotch because the crotch of the pants, we know where the crotch of the pants are. So that's where I want to sit, and it's going to feel really weird, like your butt sticking out, and that's fine. But if you pull the flesh of your butt back, and you're really sitting on the bone in the back of your thigh bones too, you should not have a difficult time sitting up very much. So I just stacked my bones more in line with each other. Now, since I've been doing this for a long time, my bones are very used to doing this. And actually from here up, where most people have most of their problems, my neck and head are real used to this. You maybe, if you were sitting here working, you can always bring your computer down, put it where you want it. You maybe would get tired right here just because your neck is used to this. So if your neck is used to this and you go like this, your body's going to go, whoa, what's going on? So this is my little trick I like to do for people and for myself even too. If you put a Beanie Baby or two or anything, what are those things called? What is that game called?
Cornhole.
Cornhole. Those cornhole little beanie bags. You can put one of those on your head. And the reason I like this, you just press up a little. You just enough to keep it there. And then you're relaxed and you can work. You can bring your computer down or up. I don't care. It's just really where you want it. And there you are. There you are. Now, I wouldn't leave this here for hours. 10 minutes or so. Not even 10, maybe 5. Because it's a lot more than you think to move your body back into alignment. So what alignment is a feel. It's an experience. It's an art form. You ask a golfer, you ask a pickleball person, you ask a tennis player, a basketball player. I do Kung Fu. The skill of a movement is where we need to be focusing, not on muscles, but on bones. Stacking my bones, then I'm here. So then what happens after that? I get up with the same concept. And what happens is that my body is different. It's centered different. I'm no longer thinking this. I'm just here. I'm free. I'm more free. So the foundation of what I teach is not about posture. It's about the art of balancing your body with gravity. And I think that this, in a way, is a form of hatha yoga, meaning it is a way to connect with yourself through the day. And yes, you're stretching and you're strengthening and all those things are occurring, but you're connecting to your body so that you will feel more in line and more aware and more and less painful. And I've been doing it for so long that it's just like it's the language I know. So understand, I'm talking about bones and relaxing the muscles. And if I stretch up in my head with those Beanie Babies while I'm sitting, I will feel possible muscles working. But it's very important when sitting to not raise your chest up. This is one of the hardest things for people to grasp. Let's see if I have a picture. This is relaxed. And back here, this is what's working. So think of it as you look out in the world, and this is the front of your body and the front of your world. And this is relaxed, just like kids, babies. This is a good one. This baby is, the front of the body is relaxed. And look at all those muscles in the backside working. So we're designed to be relaxed here and then let all this stuff back here do the work. Now that's not saying that muscles in the front of my body aren't working. I just don't have to think about any muscles working. I don't think about it. I just think about, where are my bones? If I bend my arm back and forth, I've got bones I'm moving. That's how your whole body should feel. You should feel like every time you're moving, you're free. And that's what the work that I teach, it starts to unravel these holding patterns. And when these holding patterns are unraveled, the body knows, boom, the body just does what it knows already how to do. So that's the foundation and fundamentals of what I teach. Just try sitting. Test it. Don't make this too hard, and try relaxing and maybe putting something on your head to relax, to press up, because the upper body is really the most challenging part of our bodies in our society today because of the heavy use of phones and computers and driving. And I have found if I can just help people connect by just pressing up into something, relaxing down, that will solve a lot of the problems. It's a big step forward. So there you go.
Just a couple of questions today. One from Miriam in Missoula, Montana. She says, my hip muscles are tight. What do I do?
Okay, so hip muscles, I'm assuming you mean the front. Most people mean the front of their legs is the hip, because your hip is the whole thing. But I'm going to assume that you're either here, either way, either if you're tight here or you're tight here, it doesn't matter. Think of what I teach you as a stretching routine. Because what I have discovered is people say, well, that felt like a good stretch. So when you go into the bending, whether it's stretching here or whether when you sit down, which I have seen people tell me they feel tight here, let it be. Let it be. Your body will stop holding that tension when it doesn't have to do it anymore. And when you're sitting like this, it doesn't have to. Now, if you feel tension here when you bend, that's good. You're stretching and you're strengthening those muscles back there because you're moving into a direction that those muscles need to be used. But that's not your focus. Your focus is, where is my pelvis? And then you just let your belly relax, and this will begin to relax too. I've met a lot of people that are tight here, and they're tight here when they try to bend, but don't let those two things get in your way. That's going to go away as you move better, bend better, sit better, or do it more. Yeah.
Let's see here. Stacy from here in Flagstaff. My neck hurts all the time. It sounds like you're asking me to stack my neck bones in a way that would hurt more.
I know it seems like it would, but I don't want you to put very much weight on your neck. Now, if you've got some neck issues, I'm not going to tell you that this is going to solve them, because it can be more complicated, as you already know. But if you put something, if you sit like I say, and you put something light, all you want, it could be a wash rag even. You just want enough to where you can feel something that you can stretch up into. And then you relax. This is just to loosen up your neck. We're not loading your head with weight. Okay? So to be clear with that, I'm only loading enough on my head so that I can feel the sensation to press up. I want to give you another tip for uprightness. This might help your neck. If you go to the grocery store, like Sam's or something, where they have big carts, the carts are high, and you place your hands on those carts up high, and you kind of press down with your hands on those carts, and you press tall, and you push that cart, and don't just think of pushing with your neck and arms. Push the cart with your back and your butt and your legs. That resistance that the cart gives you, the weight of the cart gives you feedback to be able to move or walk better. So when I'm talking about this weight or the cart, it's a resistance only enough to help you move better in that direction. That's just the way the body is. It senses that, and you stretch up. And then if it hurts, just breathe, relax, stop. And then go back and maybe do a little bit later. You're not going to hurt yourself if you do just a tiny bit of anything. If anything, you'll find out, well, maybe that loosened up, or no, maybe my neck's not ready for that. But you're in the control. Now you're in control instead of your pain and your tension and your tightness being in control. You internally are more in control. There.
Let's see here. This is from Alan, and it doesn't say where he's from. I'm afraid if I straighten up that tall, my arms will get too tired.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Well, your arms are going to be tired if you're more like this, because this is the weight pulling on my neck. Okay. So if I'm just sitting upright like we did, your arms should fall more to your side, like here. So if my arms are falling in front of my body, weight, my neck, it pulls on my neck. Okay. That's weighted in front, which pulls on my neck. If my arms, and you can just do this, people do this all the time, they'll stretch up, which is not bad at all. Just stretch up right now. Stretch your arms to the fingers to the ceiling. Do that for a moment. Then let your arms fall. You should be more upright, and your arms should be falling to the side. And that the body loves. It's not easy to get it really down, but when the arms hang on the side, the body likes it. So let me show you one little trick. Now I'm going to show the pocket. When you're hanging out and standing in line, or you want to go for a walk, if you will let your arms loosely be like this, they're just holding on to each other. I'm not doing this. I'm just like, take a finger and a finger, and I just hang like that. And maybe you walk to your kitchen like that. You're loose. You're not rigid. It may stretch, but you're loose. You can do that, or you can put your hands in your back pockets and talk to people, or you can put your hands in your side pockets. What this does, it lets your arm rest on your butt, your pockets, on each other. And that resting either next to you or back really loosens up your arms and gives your arms some freedom. What makes your arms tired is this and this and this, because it's so much tension and it's a natural place. Asking a lot of muscles to do things they were not designed to do. And so you're not as free.
Last one is, I think that you might have just addressed it. Let's see here. This would be Maxine in New Mexico. When I get tired, can I relax a while?
Yeah. Like, what do you mean? Like,
what I think what she means is when I got tired doing your
sitting
stacking.
Yeah, you go relax, you go lie down. You're doing a lot of undoing. Okay. So if my dog's here. I'm going to teach, I may teach it next week, but in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to teach you how to lean back in a chair and relax. Because we sit up, we sit back, and we sit forward. And I'm going to hit every one of those moves. Okay. But if you're sitting there, and this used to happen to me many years ago, I'd be sitting like that working, and I would be tired in my neck because my neck and my back were shifting and going through a shift. And then like a workout, and then I started feeling better. So you gotta realize that you're undoing some tension and you're waking up some new muscles. So there's some undoing and there's some doing, and there's a shift in the whole body. So there's going to be a need to rest. And I hope you do. And that helps you listen to your body better. So there you go. Okay. Now you can share. Is that right? Subscribe. And you can like. Marketing is not my strong point. Okay, people. All right. Well, I'll see you next week. We can talk about leaning back in a chair if you like, because I'm telling you, there's freedom in the little stuff. It's a secret that nobody knows about. See you later.